It is time for the PHS Sports update on the Jim's Tire Store halftime report. This is Abby Hensley, a junior at Pepperell, with highlights of fall sporting events at PHS. The first pitch in softball was several weeks ago, and the Lady Dragons are off to a super start as of Thursday with a perfect 6-0 record and ranked 6th in the state in Class AAA by Score Atlanta. The team rolled over Temple in their first game, shortened by the run rule. Bailey Wright struck out 9 in the complete game effort. Josie McGraw had 4 runs batted in. Jessie Burkhalter and Sydney Edwards had 2 hits each. The Lady Dragons picked up 3 wins at the Lady Tiger Invitational Tournament. The Dragons opened with a 12-2 win over Rome in 5 innings. Bailey Wright went the distance on the mound for the win. Macy Owens, Kaylee Mansell, and Grace Hufford each had 3 runs batted in for the game. The girls had to rally in the second game against Temple to win 13-5. This was a close game until the Lady Dragons pulled away with 8 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Pepperell was led by Liz Arias with 2 hits. Bailey Wright had 3 runs batted in. The Dragons had to battle for the third win, taking a close one over Walker 7-5. Josie McGraw led the way with 2 hits, while Macy Owens had 2 runs batted in. In the Lady Dragons region opener on Tuesday, the team was tied with Callaway 6-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the girls were determined to keep their perfect record going. Catcher Josie McGraw scored off of a hit by her sister Daly McGraw to give the Lady Dragons the win. The next opponent for the softball team was Darlington on Wednesday. The Dragons stayed hot as they dispensed the Lady Tigers with the 5-inning run rule to win 14-0. Pepperell's Macy Owens and Sydney Edwards each had 3 hits, and Liz Arias added 2. Owens collected 4 RBIs. Grace Hufford got the win on the mound, giving up just 3 hits in the game. In volleyball, the Lady Dragons team got off to a slow start after the loss of several key players from last year's team, but this past week has seen the Dragons turning the season around. The team dropped 2 matches against Armurchie and Rockmart to start the season. In a tournament with Sonoraville and Fannin County, the team also dropped 2 games each to 2 very good non-conference teams. The Dragons opened the home season hosting Darlington and dropped 2 games to the Tigers. With the beginning of this week, the momentum has started to turn for the Lady Dragons as they got into the win column in an all-important region match against Central Carroll to start the week on Monday. The girls lost 2 out of 3 to host Bremen, but turned it on for a win against Central. The Lady Dragons collected straight set wins, 25-15 and 25-20 against Central. They followed that success with wins against non-region foes Cass and Cedartown on Tuesday. The girls lost the first game to Cedartown, but rallied for straight set wins 25-19 and 15-8 to take the match with the Lady Bulldogs for an important region win. The Lady Dragons then defeated Cass in straight sets 25-21 and 25-6. The cross-country teams are practicing but have not participated in an official meet at this point, and the competition cheerleaders are also awaiting their first competition. We will have more on those sports in the coming weeks. That is your PHS Sports update for this week. This is Abby Hensley. Stay tuned, more of the Jim's Tire Store halftime show, and the second half is coming up. You're listening to Pepperell Dragon Football on Q102.